Coming up on the Frickin' Frack Show, better known as the Nice Guys on Business.
You were like, hey, why don't they get into the laptop business? And I was getting ready to jump in with, well, actually, they did. And then you just kept rolling for like the next 2 minutes. And I'm just like waiting for a time to jump in and go, Doug, they did.
Hey, Strick.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Surely they can't be serious. They are, but don't call them Shirley. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Nice Guy community, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Nice Guys on Business podcast. My name, as host of the show, is Doug Sandler. That guy over there, you know, the good-looking one, that is Strickland Bonner. Welcome to the Nice Guys podcast, Strickland.
So you're the host of the show. That means I'm not the host of the show?
You can be the host. That's fine. Fine. I really.
Well, we're both the host, but you introduced yourself as the host of the show.
I know. I did because I wanted to get the wheels going. I wanted to grind a little bit here.
Okay.
You can start the show. You do it however you want to. I'll shut up. I was worried that somebody was going to try, like Jeffrey was going to try to reach me and I wasn't going to be available. So I was just trying to get through the intro quickly so that if we needed anything, then I'm available. See, I'm like multitasking. This is why guys are horrible at multitasking, because I'm now worried about the other 8 things that I have going on in my life right now. And the episode is recording.
There have been lots of studies done that say multitasking is just really terrible, that not only are you actually less efficient, but you make tons more mistakes. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode. I want to talk about Apple.
Wait, before we talk about Apple, can we just one more time just like give it up for Gary Vee for being on the show?
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. That was a great short but sweet, but it was good. It was concentrated. It was terrific.
He's like a good orange juice. Concentrated and terrific.
There you go. There you go. And you know, the other thing, I don't think we said the promise statement all week, not one day.
Did we have a sponsor today or the promise statement or anything?
We haven't done any of that.
Oh, gosh. When will we understand? We are now, what episode is this? Do you know what number this is? 300 and what?
I don't know. It's 300, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 305, I think.
Episode number 305, and we still don't know what we're doing. How is that even possible?
Don't tell all
people
your
are laughing.
Radio network people that.
We know what we're doing when it comes to selling. I just don't know how to follow through.
Oh, God.
That's not true. I really feel I really missed my calling. I think that if I went back to college and I got out of college and somebody said, what do you want to do? I think I probably would have gotten very much involved in the customer service end of business. But the customer service wasn't, in 1986, when I graduated from college, it was not what it is today. Customer service is like all about experience and touch points and branding and getting like that your customer your brand in front of the faces of your customer and doing it in a way that's pleasant and people that want to see it and hear it and love you. And that wasn't what it was back in 1986. Do you remember like what it was in 1986?
I just remember there wasn't as much attention to detail as to the customer. I mean, the internet has changed everything.
Oh, everything.
You can't hide anymore. I mean, with Yelp and online reviews and everything else, I mean, if you're not giving over-the-top customer service, then you're not going to survive.
Completely agree. Completely. Customer service used to be that when you picked up the phone and you called a company, if they answered the phone and they answered your question and they did it in a semi-satisfactory manner, then that was good enough. And good enough was actually okay. I mean, this was before things like Net Promoter Score. Have you ever heard of that, Net Promoter Score?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was before all of that was going down. So it wasn't how likely are you to refer me to a friend. It was, did you answer the question? Like I get on the phone with anybody in customer service, and before I hang up, one of their questions was I able to answer your question? Nobody used to ask that question. Right. They didn't give a shit whether they answered my question. They spent their time with me. They put in their time and they're hanging up.
Right.
That's not how it is anymore. Sorry, I know I got off on a tangent before we even started this episode, but anyway, that's how we do things.
So we're going to do the promise statement today because we haven't done it all week.
Yeah, you keeping me on task today?
I'm trying.
All right. What is the promise statement?
To provide a learning experience that is entertaining and adds value to your life.
Do we do that in every case?
I hope so. I'd like to think we do,
so,
but I'd like to hear from somebody if they think we don't. And if so, how could we do it?
Yeah, what I would try to do is reach out to me. I'm at DJ Doug. That is my Twitter handle. Easiest spot to reach me. Very quick. I check it like 3 gazillion times a day at DJ Doug. That guy over there, Strickland, at Nice Guy on Biz with a Z. Or you can feel free to.
I check mine at least a dozen times a year.
Yeah, but you know what, Strick? It was really funny. I was sitting in a bar, surprise, surprise, last night with my wife. And I was talking on, it was Facebook. I think it was through Facebook comments. And you were keeping up.
I'm trying.
That was really good. We were having a conversation with Sheila. Was it Anderson? Sheila Anderson?
And I wanted to bring that up. That's funny. I was actually looking it up right now because I wanted to reach out to our newest Funkin' fans who are actually, reaching out and speaking. But I'm looking it up for it. Where is it?
You'd have to find it. So
Sheila
just nice guy.
Yeah, Sheila Moore Anderson, who Sheila has been in the community for a little while, although she hasn't been all that vocal yet until now. But she was as of last night, and she brought a friend along, and I'm trying to find the friend now.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it also. I have all of Sheila's comments here. Her friend was Therese Schulte.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce Teresa's name? Therese, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I'm really sorry. But from my understanding, from probably the 30 exchanges that were on Facebook, and between the two of us, or between the 4 of us, is that Teresa and Sheila Moore Anderson, they actually want to start a podcast together at this point. Well, because they think they could do it better than us. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to.
I don't think at least it didn't come off to me like they thought they could do it better than us. But I'd like to think that we inspired them, that they think hey, obviously we don't do that good. If we can be successful, they could do it too, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We really aren't very tight. But then I was thinking, okay, well, this would be kind of cool. Let's have them on the show. Let's give them a live audition and see what it's all about. They could actually do it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I'm into it. They could be guests and come on and say hi.
Yeah, they could do that.
Call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro to the show, but have they done that yet?
No, nobody does that, Strickland. I don't even know if that number actually works anymore.
I can call it right now. I can guarantee it works.
Nah, you don't have to call it. That's fine.
So can we talk to sweetjumpsuits.com? I want to get a white jumpsuit with like red, white, and blue stripes and stars, like Evel Knievel.
Oh, we could do that. Wait, you were in Las Vegas last week, and you went to the what's it called? Evil Burgers?
Evil Pie, but it's spelled EVEL, like Evel Knievel.
Oh, is it a pizza place or is it a hamburger joint?
Pizza place.
Oh, very cool. Is that the place that had like the $5?
$5 a slice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's really good pizza.
Recall. So you had a little bit of a critique about an Apple product. Is that right?
Oh, you don't want to talk about Evel Knievel more? Okay.
No, we can talk about Evel Knievel. No.
So there's a bronze statue. They've now got a bronze. It's not really bronze. It looks bronze. A bronze statue of Evel Knievel that you can pose with. It's life size.
It's bronze plate.
Bronze plate, and he's standing in pizza, but it's really cool. And I'm looking at it like, man, I want one of those like jumpsuits like he had.
Was Evel Knievel? Was he short?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
Wasn't the statue? It was a really short statue, right?
No, I'm looking at the picture right now. The statue is as tall as me.
Maybe it was just the angle that it was taken. It looked like when you were there, you were taking it, and you were much larger, or I don't remember. No. Who took the picture, Strick? Did you do a selfie?
No. I had the bartender take a picture for me.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's enough about Evil Pie. Let's talk about Apple products. I want to rant on Apple products.
Okay. Well, hopefully that we have a lot of people in the community that are going to agree with you, although I'm not going to agree with you right up front. For those of you just listening for the first time, just understand that I am a true believer in Apple products, and Strickland is not. But then again, most of the products that he uses probably are inferior based upon my experience with Strickland and his technology.
Superior or inferior is all a matter of perspective. And this rant about Apple is a perfect example of that. I am working with a number of podcasters. I'm putting together my podcasting production company right now. If anybody out there is doing a podcast and you are looking for somebody to do editing or production or show notes, that kind of thing, give me a buzz, and I'm getting this thing rolling right now. But I have a number of people that are working with Apple products, of course, when they record their podcast.
And just so you know, Nice Guy community, in case you know, Strickland is actually producing this show. So it's the combination of, so listen carefully. If you think that the sound quality is good, if you think that the voiceover edit in is good, the way the music is put together, that is all Strickland behind it. What's your company name, Strick?
It's called Podcast Production for You. And you can go to the website too, Podcast Production for You, and check it out.
Is it like FORYOU?
You know what's great? I have all different iterations of that. So I have podcast production, the number 4, the letter U. I have FORYOU. I have the number 4 and YOU, and I have FOUR and the letter U. So yes, podcast production for you any way you want it.
It all points to the same place.
Well, although it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I actually had a contract on Fiverr.com to finish up the website, like to create it. I have it all laid out and everything ready to go. And just the other day, I got an email saying your order's been canceled. I was like, okay, why? I mean, in fact, it was due tomorrow, and she's been working on it for 2 weeks. And I go to look it up, and I'm like, to contact her. And it just says she's not able to be contacted. So I don't know what happened, if it was a scam.
I guess that's what happens when you deal with Fiverr. What was $25 to build a website?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously that was the basic. It's like $5 or $25. Now, she and I worked up a deal where it was going to be a bit more than that, but it was still a very good deal. But apparently she's not on Fiverr anymore. So I don't know man, that
sucks. Well, they did a great job with the second version of the Nice Guys Own Business logo. You know, the leathery kind of rough and tumble kind of look. It was nice.
No, I love that.
But
that's
I like
the one
my
I've been
original
using for the show notes lately.
I know. I saw that. Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Anyway,
so
Apple
go ahead.
Products. So I've been working with a number of podcasters that use Mac products, and of course, when I say, hey, I need you to send me your raw file, right? Like, so you record it raw and send it to me. And of course, they send it to me and they record it in GarageBand. And of course, GarageBand, of course, saves in a proprietary format that only GarageBand can read.
Wait, you can't export in a WAV if you do GarageBand?
Yeah, I believe you can export to WAV, right? But I'm trying to make it as easy on my customers as possible to say, hey, just copy the file. And so to teach them how to actually export, it might, be a little more complicated. But yes, you can export to a WAV, or I think export to an MP3. But it's just proprietary. And that's the thing that I hate about Apple is that, if you are in the
Strick, hate is a really strong word. Can you knock it down just a little bit so I don't feel quite as offended?
I suppose. Here's what I dislike about Apple. It is
all right. Now you can say it as it is. I'm just trying to slow you down.
How should I describe it?
No, I'm good. You just, it just kind of got.
I don't know how else to say it.
It just hurt me a little bit. I'm good. I'm feeling like you're attacking me. Very sensitive.
Because
very
you
sensitive.
are Apple, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, as a member of the cult, what really? It's so true, though. It's so true. The people that are, you're either an Apple believer or you're. I don't think you're ever half in with Apple. You're either full-assed or you're not. You're never half-assed with Apple. You're full-assed, right?
No, it's very true. It's totally true. But it's just proprietary. That's the bottom line. Is that one of the biggest things I don't like about Apple? iTunes, right? Like if you purchase a song from iTunes and you try to send the file to somebody else, nope, they can't listen to that file because it's not a real file. It's an M4P and it's like tagged for you specifically because it's proprietary.
It is pretty interesting. It's like I don't use Safari. I don't really love the setup of Safari, and Safari is an Apple. It's an Apple application, correct?
Right, the browser, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, their browser, and I use Google Plus as a part of my, or Google Chrome as a part of my, as my browser. And there's a number of programs that I use. I'm not real crazy about the Apple suite of like word processing and spreadsheets and that. So I do use Google Docs, or I use the Microsoft Word set of suite of products.
Yeah, the Office suite. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Office suite. I'm not crazy about those either because I really do think that they're pretty cumbersome for a guy like me who does some very, very simple stuff. It does take a long time on my Mac for Excel or Word to even open. So for me, I'm not crazy about their Apple's programs, even Microsoft's programs. I'm not so crazy about. So I do like Google. I really think has got this down with their apps. Are you a Google app user also, or do you like Microsoft products?
No, I love Google stuff. But Doug, you know how you could get those Microsoft Word and Excel apps to open faster?
No, tell me.
Buy a PC. Get rid of your fucking Mac. That's the problem.
You hit me right. I wasn't expecting that as the answer. I was like, oh, does he have a solution?
No.
You're right. You're right.
No, but I am a Google guy. I love Google. And, we've talked about this before in the past. I think Apple and Google are two of the biggest companies in the entire world. And it's amazing to me the totally opposite business philosophies they have. Now, one thing I'll say for Apple, obviously their customer service is second to none, right? They have the Apple stores, and it's just like people want to go there to hang out, which is really cool.
Let me say that. Let me go back to the comment that I made on Tuesday. There's a difference between amazing customer service and a great customer experience. I think that the customer experience with Apple is second to none.
True.
I'm not 100% loving their level of service, though, because it is not easy to get to someone. When I walk into the store, it's almost like it's concierge service when you walk into an Apple store. I can't walk in off the street with a problem with my laptop and walk in and have that problem fixed. I need to, do you have an appointment?
Right.
So I think that's a little interesting, and that is a little bit standoffish to me as a guy that wants to resolve my problem now. So,
you were talking about the Google Suite, right?
Right.
Now,
right,
obviously, they've got that, but the Apple philosophy has always been create a great and powerful product, okay, and price it relatively high because it is a high quality product.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't allow other people to create either software or create add-ons for it or that kind of thing because we want to keep the quality high.
I love what you're about to say. It's the exact opposite.
Right. Google's philosophy is we're going to make really cool shit and we're going to give it away for free. That's it. That's their whole philosophy. I mean, Gmail and Google Maps and the freaking, the documents, everything, it's all free. Do you have to look at ads? Sure. Well, what's the big fucking deal? You got to look at ads everywhere on every goddamn website.
Right.
It's
I'm with you.
fueled by advertising, and they became one of the biggest companies in the entire world with this philosophy.
So let me ask this: why does Apple? Why does Google not? Or maybe they do, and I'm just not aware of it. Why don't they make laptops? Why don't they take the philosophy of the this isn't a good analogy. I was going to say, why don't they take the standpoint of like the razors and the razor blades, give away the razors. So they would have to give away everything. Where they make all their money, I'm assuming, and maybe I'm wrong here, correct me. Does Google make most of their money on advertising?
Yes, huge percentage of their money.
All right, so why wouldn't they give away laptop computers, or why doesn't Google want to get into the laptop business? Is that just not? I guess it's just not their model. They'd rather have the stuff that runs on the. It's too much. It is a hassle to be in the laptop business because that shit that's not easy to change. That's like firm. That's hardware. Hardware is challenging. Software, you can make an update, you can make a revision, and it's all vapor. it's just a service.
Are you done now?
Yeah, I'm done. Why? What did I was with you. I was with you.
Nice Guy community, if you have not listened before, Doug has a tendency to ramble a bit. Now, there are times where I get passionate about things and I will ramble also, but Doug, they actually did get into the laptop business. They came out a couple years ago with a thing called a Google Chromebook. And these Chromebooks were about $200, and it was a stripped down PC, right?
Did you ask me if I was done? Like, are you dismissing me?
Yeah, because you've been talking for like the last 2 minutes of like, why
Really?
don't they get? You were like, hey, why don't they get into the laptop business? And I was getting ready to jump in with, well, actually they did. And then you just kept rolling for like the next 2 minutes, and I'm just like waiting for a time to jump in and go, Doug, they did.
Hey, Strick.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You don't believe it, but when you go back and listen to the episode, I want you to remember, as soon as you say, I want you to think about when you say, hey, why doesn't Google get into the laptop business? I want you to stop and think, hey, at that point in the conversation, Strick had the thought of, well, they are. And then you just listen to yourself continue to ramble on. And when you go back and listen to it, I think you'll go, Yeah, maybe you were right.
I was rambling a little bit. Maybe nice guy community. You could remind me, when was it that you started yelling at your iPhone? Shut up, Doug. Strickland's trying to get in a word.
So the Google Chromebook they had, and they were about $200, and it was a PC, right? But it was not a really powerful PC. They had no hard drives. That's how they save money. It was no hard drives. It was all in the cloud. Like basically, you get your Google Drive, and everything was stored there. And again, by the way, Eat, Drink, Sleep to Buy. This is not a review of the Google Chromebook because I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I could be totally like off the cuff, and I'm just talking. Yeah, but
now that we're on the C-Suite Radio Network, did we give the plug for that? The Nice Guys on Business podcast. We are brought to you by the C-Suite. We are now affiliated with the C-Suite Radio Network. There we go.
So are they actually a sponsor, or we're just affiliated?
No. Well, they pay me, but I'm not allowed to tell you that. No, we don't get any money for that. Actually, we're paying to be a part of the network.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, so Google Chromebook, right? Again, it was very basic, and it was about $200, and that was their plan. They were like, okay, we are going to get into hardware to make it a PC affordable really to anybody. I don't think they ever really took off. I mean, they did a little bit, and it did. I think it had their own proprietary operating system. I don't think it was Windows, but they actually have just come out with their own cell phone. And it is the first. So obviously you can have the Droid operating system on a cell phone like I've had on my Samsung for many years. Yeah. They have just, I think in the last 2 or 3 months, come out with, I don't remember what it's called, but it is their own phone, soup to nuts, and it's getting great reviews.
Wow.
What's interesting is it's still like a $650 phone. So it costs what an iPhone costs, or what it costs what an unlocked Galaxy S7 would cost. So they're not trying to do it cheap.
I think they're probably taking on the philosophy that all of the other cell phone companies are now, which is people are willing to pay for the cost of the phone. And we have such a great name that why don't we charge for the phone? I think they probably could now, but they're not supplying the service too, are they?
No, just the physical phone and the operating system, obviously.
I wonder if Apple would. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe they do this. So stop yelling at your iPhone right now if you know me. But Apple does not have a cell service, right?
I don't think so, as far as I know. No.
Yeah, I see. I want a company that similar to Google, similar to Apple, similar to Microsoft. I'm interested in having them get into the business of. So the next step. So take the next step. Google, come into my house and take over my internet service.
Now, why would you want that?
Because I want to take the philosophy that they have built and the business model that they've built over the years of this amazing customer experience, and I want them to bring that to a level of service that I would never be able to get from my current cable company. And as a matter of fact, if Google would actually help me with my health insurance, also that would be. I would buy a Google health insurance, and I would feel very proud of having Google as my health insurance provider, much more so than the current provider of my services. I just feel like I wish that some company like that would teach the companies that don't have the level of service that I want how to actually. Yeah, it's very frustrating when you have such a contradiction in philosophy on customer service from one company to another, and they're the same size. You have billion-dollar companies that can provide amazing service. Why can't all billion-dollar companies provide amazing customer service? We've talked about this ad nauseum. I'm not looking for the solution. I just want to understand, why is it that a company that doesn't provide amazing customer service, why do they feel like they can do that?
Well, if Google offered health insurance, you could probably get it for free, but you'd have to wear ads all the time. Like on your colon, there would be a little ad of like, "Hey,
you got
to get your appendix out. You got to see the ad first."
You got something there. At what point can you skip ad? Oh my gosh! All right, what else do we have on our agenda today?
What the hell's an agenda? Like we have a plan. What the hell is that?
Yeah, we don't have any plan. What's any good trips planned for you?
No, I mean I'm still in Las Vegas right now as of the time we're recording this, but that is about it. Nothing else after that.
So I have a trip that's coming up in May. I was hired by a company called Two Maids and a Mop. And it is a franchisor of cleaning services, and they're bringing me down to teach their people how to make how to build a brand to celebrity status. So becoming an expert as a celebrity in your industry. Cool. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm going down to, I think it's Mobile, not Mobile, it's somewhere in Alabama.
Okay.
I don't know where. I think Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the trip down there in May. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on. Strick, I love the idea that you've started to develop a business plan with what's going on in the business, because I'm telling you, there is so much opportunity just within this podcast from the audience. Audience members are reaching out left and right to try to have us resolve their problems. Sometimes we don't see opportunity because we're not looking for it.
Mm-hmm, true.
I don't know if you know that.
No, and I agree. And I'm frustrated with the whole website thing because I feel like the biggest reason I have not talked about this new venture more is you got to have a website nowadays, right? Like, I don't even want to tell people, hey, here's what I'm doing until they have something they can look at. I mean, I have the whole business plan together and I have the pricing, but I need to get
all right, well, let's do this. Here, let's throw it out there. And I meant to talk to you about this. So let me just share it with the community while we're just having this conversation online. Nice Guy community. If you are in the world of web design, or if you have any experience with web design, we would like to give you some time on the air. Just so you know, we have about 40,000 downloads every month. It is a very popular show. We're enjoying being the number 2 business show on Overcast. Yes, it is true. We are nowhere on the radar on Apple, iTunes. But that's not our fault. It's not our fault that we're not on iTunes. We are on iTunes. We're not in the top 200. I don't fucking understand that at all. I don't. I swear I don't understand that. I think that's all going to turn around really soon. But we do have a good listenership, and we have a lot of downloads, and we would love to advertise for your services. So if Strickland won't say this because he is humble and he's a nice guy, but he's extremely talented. And he's got the knowledge, the skill set in order to really make this a viable business. But like all of us, he's good at what he's good at, and it's tough to go beyond that. So web design is not his thing. So if you are a web developer or a web designer, or you know a good template program that you can not tell us about, but you can actually do for Strick, then I think it would be a good thing for him. And I really do, because I think you got a great business opportunity, Strick.
No, and I appreciate that, Doug. And I would love to hear from anybody. And maybe it's somebody that does web design and has a podcast, and we could barter for services. I could provide my podcast editing services for a website setup. I would love that, and give you guys a shout out on the show, or maybe do some advertising. But reach out to us. I would really love to hear from anybody that has an interest, because we really need to get our Nice Guys on Business website up too. Right now, it's just a redirect to the podcast page on your Doug Sandler site. Yeah, very true. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that we have, several projects that we have, and only because our monetization tool is the services that we provide. So we really don't look for sponsors. So the show is wide open in terms of trying to find some sponsorship for the show. But on the other side of it, it's been a great opportunity for us to find projects to work on. As I have found, many C-Suite Radio Network was one of them. A lot of speaking opportunities have been in there. My online training program has been there. So Strick is just looking for a little assistance. So web designers, just reach out to us. Let us know if you have something that you can share with us. Would love that. Doug, we went over a little bit on our Tuesday show. Why don't we keep this one nice and tight and, under 30 minutes, and maybe we should just wrap it up right now.
Okay. Well, Nice Guy community, never underestimate the power of nice. Strickland, always a pleasure having you on the show and participating in another great, fun episode today. So why don't you give us the honors and get him out of here?
Hey, all of you great Funkin' fans and listeners, thank you so much. All of our new C-Suite listeners, thank you guys so much. Do hope you're enjoying it. And now, Steve O'Brien, why don't you go ahead and take us out of here?
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien.